The Houston Rockets have agreed to sign Fred VanVleet for 3 years, $130 million. That's basically about $43 million per year he's going to be getting for the next 3 years. Let's break this down and see if it's really worth it for the Rockets. So Fred VanVleet averaged 19.3 points per game this most recent season. He shot 39% overall from the field, which to me is terrible. My metric for an efficient guard is that you need to shoot at least 45 at a minimum overall from the field. That to me is like the mark of you being efficient, is at least at 45 for a guard. For a big man, my number is 50%. You should definitely be able to hit 50% in this current NBA if you're a big man. So he failed on that metric for overall from the field. And 34% from three, that's really bad, I would say, this year. Just he shot really bad, which is surprising because in previous years he's been a good three-point shooter, I would say, just overall for his career 37. So that's a mark you want to hit. You at least want to shoot above 35% from three. Just if you're not, then you're not helping your team. So last year was really a down year for Fred VanVleet from three. Just terrible overall efficiency, even though you got 19.3 points per game. But scoring 19 or 20 points per game in this current NBA is not a big deal. Just the way the game has gone, you can just get these numbers easily. It's basically scoring inflation. It's not the same like it was 20 years ago, or even if you go back 10, 12 years ago. So this guy definitely stat padded on a bad team, I would say. Granted, I don't think they were bad. I think they were in the play-in, but you get what I'm saying. Just, he got to stat pad because outside of him, I think the Raptors only had Siakam, who was considered to be a good player, at least. So this signing is an interesting signing. I would say one thing I will give VanVleet, he did average a good amount of assists this year. If I'm pulling it up, let me see. He averaged 7.2 assists a game with about 2 turnovers. So he was a decent playmaker this year. One thing the Rockets, I'll say, is that they lack anybody who could be a playmaker. They have a bunch of young guys who are just playing recklessly out of control. None of them are good playmakers, so VanVleet adds that to the team. He's a decent playmaker, so he can get some ball movement going in their offense. But I would say this signing to me is more like one that I would say, even though it's an overpay, it's not going to hurt the Rockets in the sense that they're a horrible team. They're like the worst team in the league, I believe, or top 3 from the previous season. So they're really bad. He doesn't make them any worse. He could actually help them improve to some small degree, get more wins based on what he can bring to the table with just being a legit guard for them because they don't have guard play. So he adds, I would say, and it's only 3 years. So at the end of the day, it to me is overpay, but it's an overpay that doesn't hurt your team. As weird as it sounds, it might actually help them because he is a veteran now. He played on a championship team. As a Spurs fan, I am definitely bitter about that 2019 Raptors team. Obviously, you would know why. But I'll give him that. He has that experience. He did play really great during that run. I think he put up some big numbers during that playoff run from 2019. So as a role player, he was pretty good. And during the playoffs in general, he shoots really well from three, but I'm not a fan of his overall field goal percentage. Even during playoffs career-wise, he shoots 39. But hey, this guy will add some veteran leadership in their locker room, which they lack. And he can help them get some wins along with getting some ball movement and some structure. So he could be like that piece that allows them to move forward, just a small building piece in the larger equation. So I would say this is not a bad signing by the Rockets, but definitely an overpay, just the way I look at it.